To get a sense of what people in Taiwan think of the mounting tensions between Taiwan and China, we're joined on this broadcast by Wang Ting-yu, Member of Parliament in Taiwan, member of the Foreign Affairs and National Defense Committees, one of the most prominent legislators from Taiwan. Thank you very much, Mr. Ting-yu, for joining us on India Today.
It's my honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me here.
And before I start, I must just say that every person watching, and I say with a lot of confidence, in India stands at this moment with the people and the country of Taiwan. So, we're all looking at what's happening with a lot of concern, and the people of India support the people of Taiwan and their cause quite strongly.
Yes. Today there are 11 missiles shot by China toward Taiwan into 3 different places, northeast of Taiwan and southeast of Taiwan and the east. Although it's a little bit far from Taiwan island itself, but it's the first time since 1996 China they launched the missile toward Taiwan. So the situation is a little bit intense right now, but we have confidence we can keep the situation under control.
But given just the size of the opponent and the difference in the military and economic capabilities of China and Taiwan, what gives you this confidence? We're seeing how the people in Ukraine are so heroically fighting back against Russian aggression. But how is it and why is it that you have confidence that against a country that thinks of itself as the new world superpower, that the people and country of Taiwan can stand up and fight back and at least stare the dragon in the eye?
Yeah, my dear India friends, Taiwan, we have faced China's threat for decades. Chinese threat, military threat, is real, concrete, huge, day after day, every day. So some people ask Taiwanese people, say, is that worth to let Pelosi visit Taiwan than China using military to bully Taiwan? And our answer is, no matter who is visiting Taiwan, China is using their military force to threaten Taiwan every day, every day. So even Pelosi is not visiting Taiwan. Chinese fighters harass our southeast ADIZ every day. So first of all, I have to say, something can be compromised. Something cannot be exchanged for peace. For example, if Taiwan allow China has a right to approve who can visit Taiwan, who cannot, how Taiwan engage the international society? If we allow China has a veto right, or if we allow China has a right to approve it or not, then Taiwan will enter a situation of a catastrophe. And you refer about confidence. Taiwan and Ukraine is quite different scenario. First, Ukraine and Russia, they are land connected. Taiwan, we have Taiwan Strait, separate Taiwan and China. The narrowest part of Taiwan Strait is 170 kilometers. So amphibious invasion is quite different with Ukrainian situation. Secondly, we have prepared for China's military threat for years. So maybe China is a strong country. Maybe China, they have a very powerful military force. But Taiwan, we are trying to protect our homeland. We have prepared for this kind of challenge. And the third part is, Taiwan is a country with democracy. We cherish the way how we live. In Taiwan, with 23 million people, we can elect our president to our city councilman. That's the way how we live. Democracy, human rights, and freedom. So we have the confidence by loving our country. And we have enhanced our military capacity in the past several years. So we don't want military conflict to happen. We hope we can keep peace. But if China dare to launch invasion to Taiwan, maybe they will pay the price they cannot afford, and eventually they will fail. And the whole world, democracies, they are standing with Taiwan. So international atmosphere, the geography conditions, and the preparation of Taiwanese military, all these factors plus Taiwanese determination, I don't think China invading Taiwan is a good idea for Beijing.
What we can see happening at this moment, with the Chinese vessels sailing so close off the Taiwanese coast, violating the norm of 12 nautical miles, China is essentially trying to shed any notion of Taiwan being an independent country worthy of its own nautical borders. They're basically trying to say that we don't recognize China as having any independent identity, and they seem to have upped the ante on their military maneuvers after Speaker Pelosi's visit.
Yeah. First, I have to say, Taiwan has never been controlled, governed by China for a single second. Never. China has never governed Taiwan for one single second. So Taiwan is not part of China. They know that. We know that. The whole world knows that. But no, something in the international society is unfair, but I think people know that. And that's the basic fact. And secondly, they launched the missiles near Taiwan. They, as planned, 6 military drill zones around Taiwan. All that is because of Pelosi visit? No, because President Xi Jinping, he is losing his face. He needs an outlet. He needs an outlet to let China inside pressure, release that kind of pressure. So all the military exercises, all the missiles launches over Taiwan, it's not because of what Taiwan or Pelosi or the international society, what we have done something wrong. No, just because Xi Jinping, he needs this to release inside the domestic pressure. And according to our intelligence, there is no evidence PLA, their assembly, their military resources, and their logistics system try to mobilize their military across the strait. There is no evidence for now. So our military, our National Defense Department, and I believe our allies, all watching PLA's moves closely and cautiously. We don't want to start a conflict, but we are not afraid if some dictator country try to invade our country.
While there are US naval vessels in the waters around Taiwan, one of the big fears is whether Beijing will want to enforce a naval blockade of the island country. And if it were to do so, do you think that China can pull off a naval blockade of Taiwan? What are your plans to fight back, and how apprehensive are you about such a scenario unfolding?
Yeah, I have to say that's China's strategy. They try to blockade allies' help from northeast, like United States forces in Okinawa, or even Japanese military. They try to blockade it and isolate Taiwan. Then they can use in their outnumbered military forces, amphibious and warship to try to invade Taiwan. That's their strategic plan. However, they don't have enough capacity to carry out this right now. They are working on that, we know that. They try to build more and more new amphibious boat. China try to establish new missile system, and they try to build new fighters. Yeah, they are getting stronger. However, Taiwan, we are not sitting here and wait our enemy to invade us. We try to using our budget to build asymmetric capacity to defend our country. And in the past 5 years, under the leadership of our President Xinhua, we have reorganized and enhanced our military capacity. And we have a lot of cooperation with our allies, such as United States. So if China try to block Taiwan's the near ocean, I think that's their plan, but they have no enough capability to carry it out.
While Speaker Pelosi came to Taiwan, President Biden didn't seem so enthusiastic. He even said publicly that the American military was advising against this visit. So it almost seems as if an 82-year-old speaker went despite the president from her own party asking her not to. How confident are you, if push comes to shove, that the United States will shed its strategic ambiguity and indeed come to Taiwan's military aid?
Yeah, that's a good question. First, to protect our country is our own responsibility. Taiwan survive cannot rely on international friends' help. With friends' help, that's good, but our preparation and our Taiwanese strategy is to defend our country even without foreign help. So that's our best design for this. And do we have confidence for United States to give us a hand? We don't calculate that, but we do know Taiwan is important. We are in a very key position in the first island chain. If China take over Taiwan, Japan, 90% of their resources, their power supply transportation line need to pass through the sea around Taiwan. So if China dominates Taiwan, then that means Japan needs to rely on Chinese mercy to have their power supply. Secondly, if the democracies lose Taiwan, China take over Taiwan, that means first island chain will be disappear. Then United States need to move back to Guam, even Hawaii. So Taiwan is important. But also in supply chain, our semiconductor industrial, in a lot of fields, Taiwan is a key supplier to the world. So we do prepare, we do want to protect. It's our own responsibility. However, I don't think to sit and watch China invade Taiwan meet international interest. And my last words is about Biden review about their Pentagon evaluation about Pelosi's visit. You know, if China intimidates United States in public, that will be a stupid tactic. If China try to use the military way to scale Pelosi visit away, they need to do that in private. If that goes public, November 8th, there will be an election in United States. So if this situation goes to public, it's like to negotiate with terrorists. So when Biden speaks to the media, say, yeah, Pentagon evaluation, maybe it's not a good idea right now. It's kind of evaluation. Pentagon won't interfere political decision in United States. So to reveal that kind of information, what's the purpose? I have no idea, but I do know, including Biden, President Biden, and the bipartisan in Capitol Hill, Taiwan do have strong link, do have strong connection with United States. We trust our friends, but we depend on ourselves to defend my country.
And finally, you know, India and Taiwan are aligned in many ways. You've got China aggressively flexing its military muscles around Taiwan, and they're doing the same along the line of actual control, and India fighting and pushing back in quite the same way that Taiwan
Yes.
is. Where do you see the India-Taiwan relationship go from here? What are your expectations from the government of India at this time and the people who are watching you?
You know, in Taiwan, we do think India is a great country. Now, there are only two countries, their population more than 1 billion, India and China. And India is a country with democracy. It's not easy. So when India facing your borderline conflict with China, Taiwan has so-called Taiwan Strait conflict with China. We all are facing this kind of threat, but we keep our democracy and we develop our technology and our economy. So I think Indian friends and the Taiwanese people, we are quite similar, and we have a lot of things can cooperate. For example, like IT industrial, and in something about management and green power, something. There are a lot of things we can cooperate. We can have work together, and in strategic way. Just imagine Taiwan is in east side, India in west side in this Indo-Pacific region. If we are friends, if we can cooperate, we can keep this region stabilized, prosperous. So maybe we can share the same value, work together, and keep this place in peace and stability, and make China understand to follow international regulation.
Yeah.
Don't try it using aggressive way to bully your neighbors.
Wang Ting-yu, your spirit is admirable, and the manner in which the government, the legislators and the people of Taiwan are standing up to the world's biggest bully. I promise you that the people of India are fully with you and your cause. Thank you for joining us, Member of Parliament in Taiwan, Member of the Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee of Taiwan, Wang Ting-yu, speaking exclusively there to India Today.